Hello everyone, we're gonna be working now the information age, lesson A, so first part of the workbook. As you can see, we already practiced with the passive voice in present continuous, present perfect, and future. Right now, we're gonna be working with vocabulary from the unit, which is app, log, the cloud, download, podcast, spyware, text, and virus, where we're gonna complete the next sentences using this vocabulary. Now it's turned that you can, you may pause this video to practice the meaning of these words, right? Perfect. Now let's gonna fill it in with the correct words. Number one, we have this app lets me find the lowest price for gasoline from my phone. Second, do you have Wi-Fi here? I need to download some files for work. Number three, now that I store everything in the cloud, I can access my data from anywhere. Number four, if your device is running really slowly, it probably has a virus. Number five, Carl writes opinion pieces about music and posts them on his blog. Do you have a blog? Number six, even though I move abroad, I still listen to podcasts of shows from my favorite hometown radio station online. Number seven, many people find it's more convenient to text than to talk to people on the phone. And number eight, some programs use spyware to gather private information without your knowledge. That's really risky. Now continue with a topic that is passive voice. We have to look to the words that are underlined, well, the phrases. These actually are the tenses, and we need to find out where it's the mistake. I'm gonna be helping you highlighting the mistakes and explaining it. So it's turn that you may pause the video and try to practice with me. Okay? Alright, now it's time to reveal the answers, and I'm gonna use this tool to highlight the words. Okay, so we have here in the future more cars will be driven. So remember that we are working with the passive voice, alright? But there are rules that we need to take in consideration. This is a simple rule. After modal verbs such as will, may, can, etc., 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 we have to put the verb in front in the base form. Even though that this is passive voice and we have to use the formula be plus the past participle, in this case is driven, that's the main verb, that's correct, but we have will and it's a modal verb, so we have to express it in the correct in its correct form, which is like this. Okay, check it out. Now we're gonna start with the first one. It's been turns to be. Why? Because as I said, after modal verb we have to use a base form. Doesn't matter. Then number two, it says more tablets are being using in the classroom all the time. Okay, in this case, are being using, it's correct. More tablets, plural noun. We have are and being, it's corresponding to the continuous passive voice, but the problem is using the main verb. It's not correct because we have to use the past participle. This is present participle, and we don't use present participle in the passive voice. Remember that the passive voice is used to emphasize the object rather than the subject. Number three, medical data has going to accessed online by both doctors and patients. The same, medical data has going, and this is has. We use the verb to be, is going to be accessed online by both doctors and patients. Let's gonna pay attention to the ones that are in present perfect. No, present perfect. Number four, more songs have been downloaded. In this case, more songs in this year than ever before. We are making a relationship in the past and the present. Therefore, we use the present perfect. Here, we have pay attention. Have been. In this case, yes, it's a present perfect. You need to use the parallel structure. Present perfect, it's be plus the past participle. That's why we have to use have been or have been downloaded this year than ever before. Number five, all laptops in the store have been priced to sell quickly. Have been priced. The same here, it says, have been priced. Instead have, we use are. So don't get confused with the object of preposition. In the store. In the store, this is not my subject. My subject is all laptops. So all laptops, it's a plural noun. Therefore, we use are instead is. And don't get confused in the store. It's not talking about the store. Being priced. Being priced is, it's correct. Are being stored is a continuous passive voice form. Yes, and the main verb is correct. Number 6, more and more TV shows having been made. Okay, more and more TV shows haven't been. Okay, the same. That having, we don't use the past participle. We use the base, which is have been made. This is a present perfect passive voice. Okay, have been made available through apps. 7, increasingly shopping and banking will be this. Here, the main verb needs to be in, how can I say, past participle. Will be done on portable devices. Number 8, smartphones are going to be designed. So it's a continuous. Remember that the structure going to, and then after the going to, we use the full infinitive. That's why we need to use to be designed, and it always goes in this structure going to be, because it's passive voice. Then you have here the verb. The main verb is in past participle, which is correct. And that it. Okay. Now let's continue to the next part. So we practice the vocabulary and the passive voice form, which is normally used to emphasize the subject. Now we're gonna go to vocabulary. It's formal connectors. Formal connectors, you know, you use it to link ideas, to emphasize ideas, to express a result, to add information, etc., etc., etc. In this case, we're gonna work with formal connectors, which are used in more in academic writing than normal speech. Okay, Nat dropped his phone on the sidewalk yesterday. As a result, it doesn't work anymore. So he is expressing here we are expressing a result. Parents should monitor the websites their children visit. Additionally, on the other hand, they need to talk to their children about internet safety. In this case, we are adding information. So here, additionally is the perfect word. And also remember that you can use in addition and also to. And number 3, cell phones are becoming more advanced. Some, for instance, likewise, have many of the capabilities of a computer. For instance, it's like, for example, and likewise is like to say similarly. We can also use the connectors to contrast or similar ideas now to express similar ideas. This case, for instance, is like to say, for example, and the correct word here is for instance, because we are introducing an example now. So that is have many of the capabilities of a computer. Number 4, Penny switched internet services providers to save money. Furthermore, in fact, she's now spending 15 less each month. In this case, we are emphasizing an idea that she spends less money. She spends less money, and this is in fact. Number 5, I really don't like having a TV in my apartment. Similarly, on the other hand, it's useful to have one when I have friends over. Then this on the other hand, we are contrasting an idea. So this person stands that having a TV in his apartment, it's not relevant, he doesn't like it, but it's a good idea to have one when you have some friends over. Then number 6, higher education has become much more common due to technology. For example, therefore, my cousin completed her degree online while living in another country. In this case, we are introducing an example. So we use for example. Or though, as you can see, we can use for instance. Now, using for instance, it sounds like a bit more formal. And that will be it, guys. To conclude with this video, I want you to post complete. It says that in the last instruction says use the passive of the present continuous and your own information to complete the sentences. You have to use the passive continuous, the present passive continuous, and you will complete the sentences that you have here. Blogs, an increasing number of devices, many online classes, some spyware, more and more apps. Alright, and that will be it for today. Hope that you have a wonderful day and see you soon.